In a world with many different people and personalities, life can be difficult. There is a philosophy called Stoicism that can help. It is like a light in the dark, showing us how to live well. Welcome, friends. Today, we will learn about Stoicism, a philosophy that has been around for a long time. We will look at how it can help us live better lives. We'll explore the different types of people we meet in life and how they can challenge our virtues. Patience. Quest for inner peace. Stoicism, a philosophy that started in ancient Greece, isn't just a set of ideas. It's a way of life that encourages us to be virtuous, strong, calm. It asks us to think about not just our own actions but also the different types of people around us. Stoicism encourages us to think deeply about ourselves and our actions. It gives us a way to understand the different types of people we meet. That it also warns us about certain types of people that are common in society. These people make it hard for us to be good. Be patient. Find inner peace. Today, we're going to look at 15 different types of people that Stoicism warns us about. These include people who always complain and people who only care about having fun. Control freak to the emotionally reactive. Stoicism acts as our seasoned navigator, cautioning us of the treacherous waters these personalities present in our journey towards self-mastery. Fasten your philosophical seatbelts. Dear viewers, as we navigate these trepidatious waters, we'll uncover the wisdom bestowed by Stoicism, guiding us towards a calmer shore where virtues reign supreme and tranquility prevails. The complainer. The chronic complainer. The maestro of dissatisfaction. Conducting a symphony of grievances in the orchestra of life, Stoicism raises its cautionary flag against this persona, whose repertoire is brimming with endless laments about the weather. Work. The neighbor's noisy cat. Stoicism warns us of the gravitational pull this character exerts, a force that draws us into the whirlpool of perpetual discontent. They don't just see problems, they make them bigger, making it hard to see the good things. These people can spot problems in every positive situation, making it hard to be hopeful. Their constant complaints make it hard to enjoy life. Stoicism tells us that this is dangerous. The chronic complainer is a master of dissatisfaction, always finding fault in life. Stoicism cautions us against this attitude, which is full of constant complaints about the weather. Work. The neighbor's noisy cat. Stoicism warns us of the pull of this character, which draws us into a whirlpool of perpetual discontent. Instead, it advocates for a shift in perspective. A shift towards focusing on what's within our control and channeling our energies into constructive action rather than fruitless complaints. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we develop resilience against the pull of constant complaints. We acknowledge life's imperfections, choose to steer our thoughts towards acceptance. They don't see the solutions, the benefits of the situation. So, in the symphony of life, let's heed Stoicism's counsel and refrain from joining the chorus of perpetual complaints. Instead, let's tune our instruments to the melody of gratitude, finding harmony amidst the challenges of life. Out tatters, the gossip. Enter the realm of the gossip monger, a character who wields words like a double. It's a dangerous path. Stoicism warns us to be careful. This person is always unhappy. They share information to entertain themselves and others. They make others feel bad. They make gossip a part of life. They make people mistrust each other. They don't gossip. Embracing Stoic teachings means recognizing that our words hold power. They can uplift or wound. We should encourage conversations that edify, inspire, cultivate understanding. We should avoid sowing seeds of discord. So let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's choose uplifting dialogue, enlightening perspectives, enriching connections. By doing so, we can navigate away from the treacherous. The arrogant know-it-all is a person who is always talking about other people, who is full of themselves. They don't care about integrity or making connections with others. Stoicism warns us about this person, who is full of themselves and who doesn't know anything. They are a beacon of overconfidence. They don't know anything. They ignore the many different opinions and believe that their own opinion is the only one that matters. These people, who are sure of themselves, often miss the chance to learn from the many different ideas that exist. They are so sure of themselves that they cannot see the many different points of view that exist. They are so full of themselves that they cannot see the many different ways they can grow as a person. Stoicism invites us to see things differently. It invites us to see many different points of view. It invites us to keep learning. It invites us to understand that true wisdom lies not in claiming to know everything, in understanding our limitations. By embracing the Stoic teachings, we nurture a mindset of intellectual humility, a fortress not of arrogance, of openness, mindfulness. We get rid of the things that make it hard for us to learn. We welcome new ideas. So, let's listen to the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's have a spirit of humility, knowing that our search for knowledge is a lifelong journey. We are mindfulness practitioners. We break down the barriers that get in the way of learning and welcome new points of view. So, let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's nurture a spirit of humility, recognizing that our quest for knowledge is an evolving journey. By doing so, we move away from the cliffs of arrogance towards the shores of true wisdom and understanding. For the hedonist, behold the hedonist, the connoisseur of indulgence, chasing fleeting pleasures like a moth to a flame. Stoicism raises its cautionary voice against this persona, whose pursuit of pleasure often blinds them to the deeper joys found in moderation. The Stoics warned against this kind of person, who is obsessed with immediate pleasure and is controlled by their desires. They seek out short-term sensations, often mistaking them for true happiness. These people, trapped in the world of material pleasures, never recognize how short these pleasures really are. Their pursuit becomes a never-ending chase. They are always looking for more. They are never satisfied. Stoicism tells us to think about how we feel about pleasure. It says that we should not be too focused on having a lot of things or doing things that make us feel good. It says that true happiness comes from being a good person. If we follow the ideas of Stoicism, we can understand the importance of being balanced. Stormy seas of excessive indulgence. We learn to save life's simple pleasures, finding contentment in moments of genuine connection and inner tranquility. So let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's navigate away from the pursuit of transient pleasures, choosing instead the path of moderation and virtue. By doing so, we sail towards the shores of lasting contentment and a more fulfilling existence. Point 5. The victim mentality. The victim mentality is when a person always blames others. This makes them not take responsibility for their own actions. Stoicism is a philosophy that warns us about this mindset. It says that people who always blame others are not in control of their lives. They believe that what happens to them is because of what other people do. They give up control of their lives. They believe that the world owes them and that every misfortune is the result of forces beyond their control. These people don't recognize the power they have within themselves. They believe that they are victims and don't take responsibility for their own actions. Stoicism encourages us to take charge of our lives. It tells us that while we can't control everything that happens to us, our response to it can make a difference. It's always within our reach. By following the Stoic teachings, we break free from the chains of feeling like a victim. We learn to be strong and understand that how we react to life's challenges defines us more than the challenges themselves. So let's follow the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's move away from feeling like a victim and towards being responsible for our own actions and being strong. By doing we set out on a path to a life that is more powerful and satisfying. 6. The approval seeker. The person who seeks other people's approval. The navigator whose compass points not to inner beliefs, towards the approval of others. Stoicism warns us about this type of person, whose journey is dictated by the winds of external opinion. Stoicism warns us about this type of person, a slave to the fickle tides of others' approval. Their self, they care too much about what other people think. They forsake their authenticity in pursuit of short-lived affirmation. These people, trapped by the desire for constant validation, often lose sight of their true selves. They change and contort, wearing masks to please everyone. Stoicism tells us that people who always want immediate satisfaction, who act based on their desires, are not living a good life. These people are not able to recognize that short-term pleasures don't last. They are so focused on enjoying the things they have and on getting more of them that they don't think about what is really important. Stoicism tells us that we should look for approval in our own lives, not in other people. It tells us that we should understand ourselves and be honest with ourselves. It tells us that we should believe in the things we do right instead of listening to other people. By following the Stoic teachings, we can stop worrying about what other people think and find happiness in our own lives, staying true to ourselves, no matter what other people think. So, let's follow the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's set our course apart from the stormy waters of always needing others' approval. Instead, let's find our balance in the more stable harbor of self. We can achieve a more genuine and fulfilling existence by doing so. 7. The control freak. Enter the realm of the control freak, a vigilant guardian tirelessly attempting to reign over every minute detail. Stoicism warns us about this character, a prisoner, cautioning against the futile quest for absolute control. Stoicism casts a watchful eye towards this persona. They want to be in control of everything. They try to control the world. They try to control every move in life as if it were a chessboard. These people are so focused on the illusion of control that they often feel anxious and frustrated when life is unpredictable. They don't realize that some things can't be controlled. Stoicism tells us to let go of the idea that we can control everything. It tells us to accept things as they are and to adapt to them. It reminds us that we can influence some things. Trying to control everything leads to stress and unhappiness. By following Stoic teachings, we learn to let go and to accept things we can't control. Instead of focusing on control, we focus on how we respond to things. Stoicism tells us to let go of the idea that we can control everything. It tells us to accept what we can and cannot control. It tells us to focus on how we respond to things instead of on controlling them. It tells us to accept things as they are. It tells us to not be too controlling. It tells us to be calm and adaptable. If we do these things, we can find peace and strength in ourselves. If we are too controlling, we will not be able to find peace and strength in ourselves. They are so focused on their own desires and ambitions that they can't see beyond themselves. Stoicism warns us about this. It tells us that we should be more empathetic and more connected to other people. It tells us that we should not be so focused on ourselves that we can't see the world around us. These people can't see beyond their own ego. They have a hard time making meaningful connections with other people. Their relationships with other people are just about getting something from them. Not about being a good person. they pursue their own interests. Stoicism invites us to broaden our perspective beyond the narrow confines of the ego. It advocates for empathy and connection. It reminds us that genuine fulfillment lies not in self-centered pursuits, in shared experiences and connections with others. By embracing Stoic teachings, we dissolve the barriers of self-centeredness. We cultivate empathy, realizing that genuine connections and understanding stem from acknowledging and valuing the humanity in others. So let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's navigate away from the isolating shores of egotism, embracing instead the enriching seas of empathy and genuine connection. By doing so, we chart a course towards more meaningful relationships and a more fulfilling existence. Point 9. The Chronic Warrior. Enter the world of the chronic warrior. The navigator is always worried. They see problems in every situation. Stoicism warns us about this character. Stoicism warns us about this character. A prisoner of their own thoughts. They are trapped in the cycle of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. They navigate through life with a lens tinted by apprehension, often unable to enjoy the calm seas amidst their turbulent thoughts. These individuals, enveloped in the fog of worry, fail to realize that most of what they fear resides in the realm of imagination rather than reality. Their worries overshadow the beauty of the present, leaving them adrift in a sea of unnecessary concern. Stoicism invites us to practice the art of detachment from worries, advocating for mindfulness and living in the present moment. It reminds us that excessive worry robs us of the joy found in the here and now. By embracing Stoic teachings, we cultivate mindfulness, learning to navigate the storms of worry with a steady hand. We anchor ourselves in the present, finding solace in the serenity of the moment, rather than succumbing to the tempest of anxious thoughts. Let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's navigate away from the turbulent waters of chronic worry, anchoring ourselves in the peaceful shores of mindfulness, present moment awareness. By doing so, we chart a course towards inner calm, tranquility amidst life's uncertainties. The materialist. Enter the world of the materialist. The person who is obsessed with gaining more and more worldly possessions, believing that true contentment is found in things. Stoicism cautions against this mindset, warning that the pursuit of material wealth often distracts us from finding true fulfillment. A person obsessed with collecting money and things travels through life's challenges with their eyes on material things. They judge their success by how much they have, thinking that material things show their personal value. These people, caught up in the temptation of material things, often don't understand that the abundance they seek, these things rarely fill the emptiness inside. This pursuit can feel like an endless quest, leaving us feeling empty even though we have a lot. Stoicism tells us to rethink our relationship with material things. It suggests that we focus on virtues and experiences rather than on having a lot of things. It reminds us that true richness is not found in material things, in the quality of our relationships and experiences. By following Stoic teachings, we change our values, finding joy in experiences and relationships instead of in having a lot of things. We navigate life's challenges seeking richness in moments, not in having many things. So let us heed the wisdom of Stoicism. We should steer clear of the shallow waters of materialism and instead follow the enriching path of experiences and meaningful connections. By doing this, we can achieve a life full of depth and true happiness. As we go through the different types of people and situations, Stoicism helps us by warning us of dangers. It warns us of the dangers posed by different types of people in our lives. Stoicism's timeless wisdom gives us more than just a mirror to reflect on these people. It also gives us a compass that guides us towards virtues that make us stronger. These virtues can help us avoid people who always complain, gossip, are too focused on themselves. Stoicism's teachings encourage us to find strength, wisdom, calm in the face of life's challenges. As we move on from these examples, it's important to remember that Stoicism doesn't just warn us about these characters. It gives us very helpful information. It encourages us to focus on positive qualities, to take control of our lives, to understand the power of acceptance and navigate life's storms with resilience and grace. So, dear travelers on the sea of life, let Stoicism's teachings be like a guiding star, lighting the way towards a life full of virtues, meaningful relationships, inner peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoicism's lessons. May these ancient Stoicism's timeless wisdom provides us with a mirror to reflect on these personalities and a compass guiding us towards virtues that fortify our character. Teachings continue to inspire us to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Remember, the true voyage of discovery lies not in seeking new landscapes, in seeing them with new eyes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more explorations into ancient wisdom. Until next time, may you navigate life's seas with Stoic wisdom. Farewell.